Hey guys, what's up? It's Daniel at TrailerMountain.com, and today I'm really excited because I'm testing a brand new product from BioLite. I've been wanting to work with BioLite for a while now, and this is my first review with them. And this is the brand new Camp Stove 2. This is their updated version of their BioLite Camp Stove. So basically you have a stove that turns the heat and the fire into reusable, renewable energy. So I'm going to get out of the packaging, I'm going to show you why it's cool, and I'm going to show you why you should potentially want to buy one. Alright, so let's get this bad boy opened up. Show all the cool information here. What's new in Camp Stove 2? 50% more power. This updated thermoelectrics help you create even more electricity from your fire. Smart LED dashboard, so it gives you real-time feedback. It also has 4 fan speeds and has an onboard 2600 milliamp battery that can recharge your devices without having heat. So once this thing is recharged, you're good to go. You could recharge your battery. So fuel, you can use renewable biomass, twigs, sticks. BioLite also sells pellets. The actual live output is 3 watts peak. TIG generated 5 volts, 2 amp USB output. What it comes in the box is the Camp Stove 2, BioLite Flex Light, the stuff sack, micro USB cable, fire starter, and instructions. So it has input output, micro USB charge in, USB charge out. Battery output is 2600 milliamp. Boil time is 4.5 minutes to boil 1 liter of water. Obviously that's going to vary based on elevation, temperature of the water, and such. Pack size is 8.25 inches by 5 inches. Just over 2 pounds at 2.06 pounds. We'll get it on my scale in a minute and just make sure everything is up to date. And then the Flex Light, which is the little lamp, that is a 100 lumen lamp. So that's pretty cool. So the way thermoelectrics works is basically it has this information right here. And it says light fire to cook your meals. They capture some of the waste heat via a copper probe. Electricity heat is converted into usable electricity via a thermoelectric generator. This powers a fan and flows to a USB port to charge your gear. Air. An internal fan blows air into the flames to give you a smokeless wood fire, burning wood like gas. Not bad. Alright, so let's get this thing out of the packaging here. Not really sure how it opens because it's packaged so beautifully. Alright, so first things first, comes with the instruction manual. Tells you how to operate everything, which is a must-have. Gotta have one of those. BioLite warranty registration. Go ahead and use the product serial number basically on the packaging, and you go ahead and register it. This way you get your warranty. 1 year limited warranty, so that's cool. And then this is just a little brochure telling you energy everywhere. What BioLite does, they put a BioLite sticker in here. Well, that's awesome. Gotta love stickers. And it just kind of gives you a little brochure of what kind of information and other kinds of equipment that BioLite also has. Solar panels, other stoves, coffee press, lanterns, all kinds of stuff. It also has a 10% coupon off of your next purchase, which is really cool. All right, so energy on a mission. Every purchase of a BioLite product creates lasting change for communities living in energy poverty and helps us fulfill the promise of energy everywhere. And then it just says a little bit of stuff here. It says, half the planet lives in energy poverty, lacking safe, affordable, and reliable ways to cook, charge, and light their lives. 3 billion people still cook over smoky open fires for their meals every day. This is a picture of the BioLite home stove. It reduces 90% open fire emissions while generating electricity for lights and phones. Your purchase helps us replace dangerous indoor fires, bringing safe, affordable energy to families in India and sub-Saharan Africa. Incredible. I love when companies help to, not only have an incredible product like this, but I love when companies also help to give back and help create better lives for other people as well. All right, so pretty much everything here is what's included. You have your micro USB to USB charging cable. Set that off to the side. They do give you some bio cubes here, so little fire starters, so you can use this to start your first fire, and then you use twigs and sticks to help keep the fire going. This is your unit here. As I said, this bad boy has 50% more power than the previous one. It has the nice little LED dashboard, power button, and then on the bottom here is your USB out. underside here is the USB in. So that's where you would charge the 2600 milliamp battery bank. There's your impellers for your fan right there. So the way this works is this actually connects to the inside here. You just move this leg down and this little guy drops in here. Actually, it goes in through here first, and then it drops in on the leg here, just like that. And then you fold this leg out to secure it in place, and then it's not going to go anywhere. And you kind of just set this down, and you can kind of see how that all works. You know, the impeller goes in this little, I'll move this out of the way just so you can kind of see it. The impeller blows air into here, into this little chamber, and then that goes inside and helps to stoke the fire. So this goes in here just like so. That locks in place just like that. Alright, so the battery does come with a charge. You push the power button once, you have your battery indicator right here. So that's going to tell you how much battery is actually powered in the internal battery here. I'll move this light out of the way. And then you hit it again. So that's on. You can probably hear that. That's the fan kicking on. Fan has 4 speeds. So first speed, second, third, and then fourth. You hit it again, goes back down to low, and then you hit it and hold it, and it powers it off. This indicator right here tells you the amount of energy being produced by the fire. Alright, so keep in mind that when you're using this thing, you definitely don't want to use or touch anything on the outside here. If you have to pick this thing up and move it, they always suggest holding it by the bottom here, by the battery, by the power button, or by the legs, and move this thing around. You never want to touch any of the metal components because more than likely they're going to be super hot. Another thing too, that once you have the fuel in there burning pretty good, these upper jets right around here, the little disclaimer in there says that you don't want to fill the stove with any more fuel that's going to block these jets, because then it's not going to burn as efficiently. Not only that, but it also increases a burn hazard. So just keep that in mind as a little disclaimer in the owner's manual. So the idea here is that you put your sticks and biomass in here, fuel, sticks, twigs, stuff like that, stuff that's going to burn. You get a long match or throw a spark in there, and you kind of just stuff more fuel down in there. At that point, you turn on the power button once, hit it again, and it activates the fan. And then you can cycle through. And then once the fire starts going, you're going to see this meter rise, and that's going to be the amount of power that the BioLite's actually putting out. So that's cool. Another thing to keep in mind that they also have a built-in overheat protection built into the camp stove too. So if it gets too hot, all the LEDs for the fire LEDs right here on this left side, they're all going to start flashing really, really fast. If that's the case, you want to turn the fan down or shut this thing down. They said that this is a really rare case anyway, but just as for a little disclaimer stuff, this thing does get super hot and it very well could overheat. If that's the case, power down the fan and kind of don't add any more fuel, obviously. You could also turn it off, and that's going to reduce the amount of fire, the amount of heat that's in there, and then this thing will cool down naturally. But at least it has a built-in kind of a fail-safe mechanism to help it from overheating itself. Another thing to consider is that make sure that the power module is never downwind to the flame, because it's gonna create a lot of heat on the backside of this and could damage the power module as well. So make sure that the wind is blowing this way. You don't want the wind to be blowing towards this, because then the flame is going to hit the top of this thing, which is not going to be good. Keep the wind blowing that way at all times, and make sure you don't grab up here if you need to move the stove. Definitely not around backside, around any part of the metal, because it's going to be extremely hot. You're going to burn yourself. They say to grab down here if you're going to have to move this thing. So grab it here, not here. Also comes with this nice little stuff sack right here. Now BioLite also includes the Flex Light, which is a little USB powered flexible steel cable LED light, and the way this works is basically it's a touch. So you just tap it once, tap it off, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it in. So you open up the USB thing here, you plug it in just like so, and the power on, and then here's your light. You just kind of tap it just like that. Tap it once, tap it once to turn it on, tap it again to turn it off. And once it's in place, you flex this thing around just like you like it, and then you tap it once, So you make sure the power's on, tap it once, turns it on, tap it again, turns it off. And then you can flex and move this thing around any which way you want. You know, if you need the light back here, tap it, turn it off, turn it back on again. Pretty cool. And then when it's not being in use, you can just kind of fold it all together, wrap it around itself or whatever, and then it's flat, it's out of the way. So this cable right here that they give you is multi-purpose. I do like that it has, you know, a BioLite logo on it. You know me, I'm a big fan of branding. So this is just micro USB to USB. You can actually plug this thing into the power module and use this to recharge your, you know, other devices. Android, my headlamp takes a plug just like this. My GoPro is a little different. Alright, so I got the BioLite stove. I'm going to light one of these little fire cubes, and I'm going to throw it down in here. And then I have small, medium, and larger sticks. We're going to fill it full. It's so windy today. Okay. That's lit. And I'm just going to throw in some of these little sticks. Alright, so that little guy's cooking. It's already lit. I'm just going to kind of center it more inside the stove. And then I'm going to start piling in some of these little sticks. I got the fan on the second setting, and I put in all the little sticks. I'll start throwing in the bigger ones. Then we're going to boil some water. This thing is already putting out some pretty substantial heat. Smoke's already going down to a minimum, which is a good thing. You can see how the smoke is being contained inside of it with the fan. The little indicator down here is about 2 LEDs in, so it's producing power right now. So I'm going to plug in the USB cable here. This thing should have enough power to start charging my phone. So let's see here. Plug it in. Bam. Automatic. Started charging. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. It's plugged in, charging. Yeah, down here nice and cool. Up here is definitely warm. So down here is nice. Alright, so I have 2 cups of just cold fridge water. I'm just going to place it on here. And yep, it's ready. I have to move this because it's... I'm going to make sure that it's always downwind. This, because this thing will get hot. I'm going to go ahead and turn the fan up a little bit. Super windy today, that's for sure. I'll turn the fan up. That's the highest setting for the fan. Here's okay. We're definitely getting hot. Bring that down. I'm going to put in a little bit more fuel. I'll put that back on there. Kick the fan up. You can see the flame coming off of that thing. This thing is putting out a good amount of heat. Got about 3 red bars right now on the charger, so that's good. I just like that the smoke is very, very minimal. There we go, boiling water.
so I'm just gonna let this thing die down. Gonna turn up the flame a little bit just so I can burn off this last little bit. A lot of hot embers still in there. Now it did produce a little bit of soot on the bottom of the pot. Not that big a deal. That should be pretty easy to clean off. This is a stainless steel pot, so no big deal there.
Okay, so I just let the thing cool down, and you can see that there's still a lot of soot on the inside, but no big deal there. I'll just take a damp cloth and kind of go around the inside. And the really easy thing about this is basically just pull this tab down, and this whole thing just kind of slides right out. Super easy. That makes things easier to clean on this as well. So as soon as I clean this part off, then I'll go ahead and dry it off. I'll plug it in, recharge the battery bank back to full, and then it's ready for next time. So the easiest way to clean this, according to the instructions, is basically what you do is you get like a damp rag or a towel and you just kind of clean off the inside right here. It's a stove. It's going to be dirty. You know, it's not going to be shiny ever again on the inside, and I get that, and that's fine. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be shiny on the outside, but it still is. Looks great. On the outside here, even where it connects, the battery pack connects to it, it's still all nice and shiny. It doesn't even look like it's been used ever before. So the Camp Stove 2 does take a while to boil water. Well, depends on obviously the fuel that you're using to burn and the amount of, you know, fan speed that's going into the chamber here to really kick up the fire. I didn't time how long it took to boil 16 ounces of water, basically 2 cups. Which is about the most you would usually boil for like any mountain house or backcountry backpacker's pantry meal or anything like that. So for the most part, yeah, it takes a while to boil water, but the benefits that you get from using something like this is huge. You know, would I backpack with this? No, it's just too heavy. But would I car camp with it? Oh, absolutely, every time. This is definitely coming in my car camping kit. Tailgating, this is excellent. You know, even if you were on like a short, like maybe a one-night backpacking trip, I would potentially bring this. Just because you don't have to bring fuel, so there's a weight savings there. You don't have to bring a battery bank because you already have one. And, you know, it's real versatile. So I like it. That basically on the bottom side here, you just pull this little tab down right there. Get this little guy in here. Plug that in just like that. And you plug this into a wall outlet or your USB charging port. And then it'll recharge the battery bank back to full, which is great. On the flip side is once that's charged and you just happen to have a device that uses this kind of a plug, you just flip the coin, put the USB in here, just like that, and then you can use that to power your device. Simple. Plus it comes with about 9 of these little fire starters, which is great. I mean, they didn't have to include it, but they did. That's cool. BioLite also has their own fire starters, which is great. Or you could just use, you know, sticks and, you know, pine cones and all kinds of stuff that you could find around camp to use as fuel. I love the versatility that you get when using something like this. You know, the BioLite stove. As I said, this is my first experience with BioLite, and so far so good. I really like it. Now, when this thing is all said and done and clean, basically just fold this all up, just like that. The charging unit goes inside here, just like that. And then you're done. You're good to go, and everything compresses all nice and small and compact. It's relatively small, but you know, no bigger than like an old fuel bottle and a whisper light. Just a little heavier. Also like that everything is pop riveted. I would have liked to have seen welds to be 100%, but pop rivets are great. They're definitely gonna, you know, keep this thing together for a really long time. Everything is riveted together. I mean, even the legs are riveted onto these little brackets. Riveted onto the back here that holds on the top part, and the whole thing is basically constructed with rivets, which is really cool. Stainless steel, so you know it's going to last forever. Really nice design, plus it looks cool, you know what I mean? It's just yeah, looks cool. I like it. Alright guys, so that's my review of the BioLite Camp Stove 2. As I said, this is the newer version of the original Camp Stove. Really cool, lots of awesome features, and you know, it works really well. Plus, you know, BioLite's given back to communities that need renewable energy, cleaner energy, and able to power their lights, you know, and electricity in their homes and stuff like that. So with something like this, it's awesome. If you guys have any questions or comments about the Camp Stove 2, please leave those down in my comment section down below, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. really means a lot when people subscribe to my channel and like what I have to say about the gear that I'm testing. So thanks very much for tuning into my channel. Really appreciate it. Please keep checking back for more gear reviews, outdoor related hodgepodge, gear talk, and giveaways. Take care, guys. Get outdoors.